If you love classic hip-hop, the beats, the bars, and the stories behind the records, you're in the right place. This is Classic Flow, where we break down old school hip-hop year by year through the music and conversation with the people who lived it. I'm DJ Ron, the classic DJ from the Bay. Let's get into it.
Represent the Yay area.
Oak Town, what's up? San Francisco, LA, New York, V-Town. Listen up, the game is thick.
Many consider 1988 the greatest year in rap history.
Public tried to wake you up.
1988 is crowded with classics.
Ice-T tries to let you know.
Not just hits, classics.
For what? Why? I don't know. Brothers slanging, banging. Why? Brothers getting killed over day to day. You ask me to head.
This is the year the bar didn't just rise, it solidified. The East Coast sharpened lyrical technique, the West Coast introduced unfiltered street narrative, party rap crossed fully into the mainstream, and political rap turned militant. And not only that, storytelling became cinematic.
The game.
This wasn't just a wave, though, this is a shift. And you can't rush a year like this. So we're breaking down 1988 in 2, maybe even 3 parts. Only time will let us know. Part 1 for sure, though, is going to be the song of the year. Then, Lord to the same, we'll get into the posse cut of the year and the ever important classic flow of the year, 1988. Part 2, we'll dive a little bit deeper. We'll talk about the artist of the year. We'll talk about the album of the year, as we always do around this time. Because 1988 isn't just important, it's foundational. Now, before we get into it, first of all, I got to thank y'all for helping us to reach 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to all y'all, you know what I mean? Then I want to shout out our recent subscribers. Shout out to you, Ken5, Kenfye. Also give a shout out to No Question Who. We'll say what's up to No Question Who. And then to Beatboxer1337. What's up, Beatboxer1337? Welcome to the flow. Now I got to give a special respect to the supportive subscribers who actually comment and engage. Y'all are the ones that keep the culture alive. Shout out to Basul Evans 9867 and also to A1 Extra Sauce and everyone else who dropped a comment. I see y'all. The algorithm moves when you move. And I just want to say, if you're new here, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. I'd like to see your name and lights as well. This channel here, we document hip hop year by year. 1984 and 1985, 1986, 1987 are already up. And now, we can't skip the foundation. Let's talk about 1988. Top songs of 1988 started with 30 of them. I got 30 songs here, all right? So y'all bear with me as we go, one by one, taking it from the top. Eric B. and Rakim, microphone fame. Rakim could be called a minimalist once again. Hypnotic production built around a stripped-down sample loop. Rakim's cadence is surgical, controlled aggression, not flashy, but rhythmically advanced. My reason why I ranked this so high is that the bar was set so high previously that this one feels like 3 to 5 mics short. You know what I'm saying? If Paid in Full, those 7 songs on that album were 5 mics, this is 2, 3 mics compared to those. You know what I mean? It's technically sharp, but not revolutionary like what he already did. Then we get to Too Short. Life is Too Short. West Coast bass minimalism now. Rakim was lyrical. Too Short, it's about the beat. You know what I mean? It's a repetitive, hypnotic groove. Short builds atmosphere over lyrical complexity. Ra used rhythm in the background. You know what I mean? The same song, he used the rhythm though. Short uses the bass line as the foundation. 2 different approaches, but same air attention. Number 28, I got Big Daddy Kane, Set It Off. Breath Control Masterclass. Kane blends punchlines with internal rhythm and stage presence energy. At number 27, Ice-T with High Rollers. A street cautionary tale, slick storytelling of a West Coast funk. Another one of those, if you get into this game, understand that there's a lot of fouls being made and everything else, and you definitely could end up in prison, if not dead. Heed the words of that brother. Number 26, I got Boogie Down Productions. I'm Still Number One. On this song, KRS-One came with that battle energy, proving dominance with structured aggression. Also shouting out his homeboys in the industry as he was doing so. At number 25, NWA comes in with their opening joint on their debut album. Actually, a lot of people don't realize this. This was actually a second album, but it's considered a debut because the first album was just thrown together by their previous label. Once Eazy-E formulated Ruthless Records, he dropped this phenomenon that just shook the culture and just really became the foundation for what music was going to be like for many years to come. Stratocopter gave an explosive introduction to West Coast street reportage, as only NWA could do it. At number 24, LL Cool J, Jack the Ripper. Another song with that battle energy. LL was reasserting his dominance just like he did on the Breakthrough and on Bad and Get Down on the Bad album. He is coming with aggressive tone and competitive sharpness, as only LL could do. Then we double back to that NWA album, that Stratocopter album. You're going to see them a few times on this list. F the Police was a protest record. It was a cultural lightning bolt. And it had structured anger. When you heard Cube say, coming straight from the underground, I got it back because I'm brown, you easily resonated with him because you knew he was speaking for you as he was speaking for many others who were going through the same thing, dealing with the police, the jacket, and all that kind of stuff. Eric B. and Rakim, Follow the Leader, comes in at number 22. Flow architecture, extended breath control, technical precision. I know this is one of the dopest raps ever done. We're going to talk about it a little bit more in just a little bit, though. Number 21, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Parents just don't understand. This, my friends, was the first Grammy-winning crossover record. Commercial breakthrough that spawned the songs like on the TV show and everything else. Storytelling at its finest, humor, engaging, a song for all ages, and just about everybody across the nation. Then we got Run DMC coming in with Run's House. Hook-driven dominance, a traditional structure. Who would have known that the same intro that they used back in 83 and 84 would turn into a full song? If you saw them on Crush Groove and you saw how they introduced themselves, if this is my house, you understand what I'm saying, where he took that same thought, that same process, and made it into something that everyone sings, and it's one of their signature records up to date. Number 19, Eazy-E with Easy Does It. Charisma driven, personality over technicality. Not too deep, nothing like that, but Dre had that bass line hidden. Ice Cube wrote the rap that Eazy said, but Eazy was the one that delivered it in a way that had us all singing. He shot. I shot. At number 18, I got Public Enemy, Don't Believe the Hype. Controlled Chaos. Chuck D's voice was commanding. Remember hearing about DMC saying when he first heard that song, he knew that the culture was shifting along with Rakim and what he'd done. Stetson Sonic talking all that jazz. This was metal rap ahead of its time. They talk about how the sampling was being challenged by the original artist, not realizing that what sampling did was it brought back the original artist and had people like myself diving into the crates going to find out where they get this song from and going back and listening to that. Therefore, upping your catalog, your BMI, and your ASCAP, however that works. You know what I mean? The bottom line is this. It kept the light shining on where they come from because they knew where they were, and only God knew where we were going, which brings us to the point now where sampling is still a part of music, and some of the best songs are used by samples from some of the best songs of the past. MC Lyte, Paper Thin. Now, this right here, speaking of sampling, I was today years old when I realized that was the Earth, Wind, and Fire sample in there. Just a little bit, but hey, they did their thing. Whoever her producer was, I believe it's the Audio 2, that little crew over there, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing, but this was definitely a precision disc record for the brothers, though, you know what I mean? But she kept tight pocket control all the way through. Talk about this one a little bit more in just a little bit. Number 15, I got Biz Markie with The Vapors. Relatable storytelling, personality driven, talking about how his homeboys was, started from the bottom, and then at this time of the song, they're here, and he just telling the story about how they were getting this before and what it is now, including himself. Shout out and rest in peace to Biz Markie. Run DMC Beats to the Rhyme comes in at number 14. Clean execution, sharp structure. Nobody heard anything like this as far as accentuating Jay scratching in the beat to go along with the rhyme, finishing the sentences. Just like Run and DMC always did, but now Jay has something to say. Shout out to the best DJ of the USFA. May he rest in peace. Public Enemy's back on the list, y'all, with Night of the Living Basshead. If you don't know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But even the video was like a news clip, a news reporter talking about the crack epidemic and what it was doing and what it was looking like. A drug epidemic commentary, urgent production. One of the dopest songs, no pun intended, to come out of the Public Enemy Bomb Squad camp. Speaking of the camps, Slick Rick was also on Def Jam, as was Public Enemy, as was LL Cool J. And this one right here, Hey Young World, positive messaging, smooth cadence. How they came up with that beat, I have no idea. It sounded like it was something that was spun backwards. They discovered it on accident in some kind of way. A dope song to this day, one of my favorites by Slick Rick. Number 11 has NWA from that Straight Outta Compton LP, Express Yourself. Dr. Dre's solo joint, funk heavy groove, West Coast accessibility in a way that only Dre would be able to do. Sticking with the West Coast, I got Ice-T Colors coming in at number 10. Soundtrack rap done right. For the movie, he basically embodied the movie in the song while canvassing the culture and reporting about what it was like to be in gang life. You don't know me, fool. You just own me? Cool.
I don't need your assistance, social persistence. Any problem I got, I just put my fist in.
At number 9, I got DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Brand New Funk. Say what you want about Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, they have some gems in their catalog, and this is one. So whether you listen to the album version or the dope remix that they made a video for, Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince knew that they were always performance ready, and this was a crowd mover. Back to NWA at number 8, Gangsta Gangsta. Ice Cube storytelling was sharpened now, you know what I mean? One of the best things about Cube that people don't always know is that there was always consequences for his action. Even though he was one of the hardest brothers to pick up the mic, he also talked about county blues and also talked about getting shot in his raps. Go back and listen to it back then. We need more of that in rap today. Number 7, Eazy-E, Boys in the Hood, the remix. Conversational street narrative, raw authenticity. It's Ice Cube's pen at it again, y'all. And Eazy-E delivering the goods as only he could. Number 6 is back to Public Enemy, Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos. Speaking of going to jail for your consequences, this song right here was militant storytelling with a commanding baritone delivery, talking about going to jail for something he was innocent of, meaning he did not want to go to the army and he got put in jail. You got to go listen to it for yourself to really understand the full story of it. Chuck D, one of the best lyricists known to man. Then at number 5, I have EPMD with You Gots to Chill. Laid back, cool, effortless pocket riding, and I believe it's the first time that someone sampled the More Bounce to the Ounce beat when you couldn't go wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I think every song that sampled that is like a top song, period. It's just one of those beats that just don't miss. And EPMD, Eric Sherman, and Parrish Smith did their thing on that while telling you you got to chill. At number 4, Big Daddy Kane, Ain't No Half Stepping. This was confidence, this was flow transitions, this was swagger, all at the same time. Riding the beat that if you listen to it originally, you wouldn't think nobody could rap to it, but only Kane could step up to the mic and make it do what it did. At number 3, Boogie Down Productions, My Philosophy. Teacher Mode KRS. Clear articulation, content-driven dominance. Resonates to this day. Stay tuned, because I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. Then at number 2, y'all, I got Rod Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It Takes Two. This right here is a DJ weapon, y'all. It's pure ignition. Cross-generational replay value. This is a gem for the dance floor. Anytime the party, you want to get it going, you just drop that intro right about now. You're about to be possessed by the sound brothers, and just watch them flock to the floor. Slick Rick, Children's Story. This is elite storytelling, y'all. Cinematic detail. Blueprint for narrative rap.
Here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow.
So here we come, y'all. As we get to the bottom of the list for the song of the year, this one comes down to two records. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, It Takes Two, and then Slick Rick, Children's Story. People start flocking to the dance floor. Play it for yourself, especially if you're an up-and-coming DJ, and watch what happens when you do so.
I wanna rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down.
As a DJ, this record still works immediately. Then there's Children's Story. Elite storytelling, still quoted this day, structured narrative, and it's timeless. Now, personally, Ain't No Half Stepping and My Philosophy are my favorites in that order, with Ain't No Half Stepping being like number 6 or number 5 on my hip hop list, and My Philosophy being number 3 of my top songs of all time. I'll talk about that a little bit more, but culturally, impact and replay, and DJ value, song of the year, again, it has to be out of them two, It Takes Two and Children's Story. And that's a real debate. But again, for me personally, going with these two songs, it's a Children's Story. Now we're going to get into the posse cut of the year. Here are the candidates. You have the Symphony, a technical showcase. Marley Marl produced, featuring Master Ace, Cool G Rap, Craig G, and Big Daddy Kane. This was early elite posse structure. Everyone brought something different. G-Rap had multi-syllabic aggression. Kane had smooth dominance. Craig G was battle precision. And Master Ace had that control delivery. This was a historic East Coast showcase. Number 2, parental discretion is advised. West Coast rawness plus DOC's presence elevates it. And then we have the Syndicate. Ice-T assembling voices, West Coast unity record. The subtle LL disc was unanimous and hard at the same time. Another look from the scope aimed at the man at the top.
A lot of MCs like to talk about they self. A first grade topic, I think they need help. How many times on one album can you say you're deaf? I'm bad. Yo, punk, say your breath.
Now, here's the thing. If we're judging on technical skill, you got to go with the Symphony. You want to think about cultural shot, then it's parental discretion. And when it comes to regional pride, then we got to go with the Syndicate. So when it comes to the posse cut of the year, I'm torn here as well on the top 2. On one hand, the Symphony is the culture favorite. And yes, Big Daddy Kane stood out. But posse cut of the year goes to NWA, parental discretion is advised. Why? It opened strong with an unknown DOC setting the tone.
Parental discretion is advised for the moment while I'm getting candid. Now understand it.
Did you know who he was then? We didn't either. But then Ice Cube comes in and he kills.
I be what is known as a bandit. You gotta hand it to me when you truly understand it.
That record feels cohesive. It was aggressive and it was focused. It didn't just showcase talent, it established presence.
So flow on, so flow on, so flow on.
All right, y'all, here we go. Classic Flow of the Year Award. Here are your nominees. Here are your candidates. Ice-T Power. This is control authority. Ice-T isn't yelling, he's commanding.
Laying it, saying it, then you're playing it. Lyrics so heavy that you might try weighing it.
His cadence is deliberate, confident, almost conversational, but sharp. The flow rides the funk through without chasing it. Power is about position. It's about status. It's about respect. And Ice delivers it with restraint.
Ain't no criminal, although I used to be. Ain't no new jack, rapping ain't new to me.
That restraint is what makes it strong. He doesn't need to over-rap. He doesn't need shock value. It's just measured
so
dominance.
You say that I'm a fake. You really must be a fool. I've been in gym a time when you have probably been in school. Shot at,
See my buddies killed. That's the foundation upon the rap that Ice T built. That's Flow of the Year worthy. Too short. Cuss words.
Another rap that I'm ready to spit.
Minimalist West Coast flow.
It goes like this. My name is Short.
Short isn't technical, he's rhythmic. He locks into the bass line and rides it with conversational confidence. The flow feels effortless, almost lazy, but intentional.
Hip slaps, making snaps. Cold cash money and too short raps. That's where
He makes repetition feel hypnotic. And it's not layered syllables, it's pocket control.
Ronald Reagan came up to me and said, "Do you have the answer
To the U.S. economy. and a cure for cancer. Did I mention his pocket control? And to see him break out that A's code on the short and E40 verses was to show how far back he goes to, whereas in the 80s, you wasn't nobody without a starter jacket on your back, a bankroll in your pocket, and a new Too Short tape in your deck.
Life is too short. I play like it's a sport.
That West Coast cadence became a blueprint. Rakim was saying. Flow architecture.
Brothers try to get the formula.
Rakim bends bars across measures. Internal rhyme schemes, extended breath control. He glides over the beat instead of sitting directly on it. This is advanced structure.
So follow me, and while you're thinking you were first.
His cadence changes with verses without losing control. Smooth, mathematical control. If flow is technical mastery, this is near the top.
You got to chill.
You Got to Chill is also a Florida Year candidate. Relax your mind.
Let your conscience be free and get down to the sounds of EP.
It's a Florida Year candidate because it proves you don't need speed to dominate a record. It's pocket control at a high level. Eric Sermon stays locked into the groove, never rushing the beat, letting the drums breathe while keeping syllable balance clean and deliberate. And it's also a crowd favorite. Simple hook, undeniable bounce, but the simplicity is deceptive. When Eric spells out Biz Markie and even breaks down his own name, he's adding personality without leaving the pocket. That ability to spell, brand, and still stay rhythmically centered shows his command.
Stands for microphone doctor in the capital P, capital M, capital D, E, D's,
no doubt the chief rocker. The flow isn't flashy, it's controlled, confident, minimal, but intentional. Eric and Parrish made dollars with that groove mastery and in 1988 Groove Mastery County. Back again in my philosophy, command flow. KRS One delivers like a teacher with authority. Clear articulation, strategic pauses, direct projection. The rhythm is steady, almost sermon-like, which makes the message land harder.
Like all my brothers eat chicken and watermelon.
Punk broken English and drug selling. It's not flashy, it's intentional. That clarity is why it aged so well.
It's my philosophy on the industry.
Gotta give love to the ladies, namely this one, MC Light, as a rock. Precision flow. Light attacks the beat with sharp enunciation and tight rhythm placement. No wasted syllables, and her punchlines landed clean.
Me, heavy, as light as a rock. Guys, watch.
Even some of the girls clock. She's controlled but assertive, calm, confident.
You hate somebody. Get out my face, don't want to hear no more. If you hate rejection, don't try to score.
Technical and polished, especially in an era dominated by male MCs.
Around the audience, sort of like a cage. They laugh because they assume I'm in prison, but in
reality, they're locked in. When I talk about MC Light as a Florida Year candidate, I'm leaning toward Light as a rock. That record shows her full confidence, her command, her presence, and is polished, assertive, and it sounds like she knows exactly who she is. But as an honorable mention, though, I can't ignore Paper Thin. Paper Thin is precision, calm delivery, tight pocket, no wasted words.
When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head as just chit-chatty.
If Light as a Rock is her statement piece, then Paper Thin is her surgical strike. Light doesn't yell, she doesn't rush, and the ooh adds fuel to her fire. Her flow is tight, it's clipped, precise. Every bar lands clean. The rhythm placement is disciplined. She rides the beat directly in the pocket without drifting ahead or behind it. What makes it strong? She keeps the tone calm while delivering sharp lines. That contrast gives it weight. Once again, Big Daddy Kane set it off. A breath control showcase.
Kane, I never have no problem. I can sneeze, sniffle, and cough.
Even if I stutter, I'ma still come off. Kane blends speed, swagger, and smooth transitions. He shifts cadence mid-burst without sounding rushed. One line that made it hard for every other MC.
It's just a wish and a hope, and if you are what you eat, then feed me dope, commit legit.
His performance flow. He sounds like he's built for the stage and the booth. Now here's an honorable mention with a strong statement. Because I'm housing the remix though. The remix. First of all, the remix hits harder because when you take the original and you look at the remix, the drum weight is hitting harder. You know what I mean? The drums is kicking harder. Then the bass line, it hits in the pocket a lot more. It's more present.
Kept warm, it was hard to get with them, so I stepped back and I bumped my lead dinner.
There's more space between the instrument, and the hood impact made a big difference. And then when you get towards the end with the ad-libs all over the place, pure genius. PMD's pocket control compared to Eric is one of a kind. You know what I mean? But the two made it better. Because the beat was remixed and they put more emphasis on the music, like it's basically like they replayed the sample, it actually bounced harder than the original as well. Here's what I like about a remix, or the way it should be structured. If you're going to remake or remix a song, it's got to be better than the original. And this right here is a clinic. This is a masterclass on how to do so. With that being noted, Eric Sermon is my producer of the year. I'm gonna just go ahead and put this in right here. He's my producer of the year for the way he did that full album. His drum programming was heavy but not cluttered. He understood space. The drums not, but they breathe. His sample layering wasn't just looping funk records. He structured them. Zap textures. He took the funkadelic grit. He had clean drum emphasis, bass line forward in the mix. He was doing his thing, and then the bounce became the blueprint for East Coast minimal funk rap. Also, he had a cohesive sound. Strictly Business doesn't sound like random beat. It feels like a controlled sonic world, and that matters. I remember when I first was introduced to it, my homeboy Quentin Davis, may he rest in peace, said, look, Ron, don't just listen to the beat, listen to what they saying. And because the raps are so tight, it made the beat sound a lot better, because I personally know nothing about Rocksteady, which is a sample that's used on Because I'm Housing, and definitely didn't know what about that Strictly Business beat, but it was dope. In 1988, when you heard that stripped down funk loop with them heavy drums, you knew it was EPMD. Understand this, producer of the year isn't about complexity, it's about sonic identity and influence. The fact that he didn't use any dope remixes on You're a Customer and It's My Thing on there is what really set him apart, because he just kept it pure and raw. And that's the way we were loving it and were hooked on it. Next song, Floor of the Year candidate. MC Ren of NWA with Quiet on the Set and If It Ain't Rough. Structured aggression. Ren's flow is sharp and disciplined. Strong emphasis on rhythm, clean production.
The song is so strong, I'm like Toyota. Who could ask for anything more? When in WA, it's cold rocking the floor like
profanity compared to his peers on that album. That restraint makes the cadence stand out even more.
This is just a section of my creation, so don't say shh with an explanation. Just look at the center of the stage where the spotlight shines.
On Quiet on the Set, he gave us controlled menace. Ren doesn't overshout, he doesn't overcrowd the beat. His flow is direct, clipped, and rhythmically tight. Say that real fast. He attacks the track with structured aggression, not chaos. What makes it stand out, though, is the discipline. On an album known for profanity and shock value, Ren's delivery feels composed. His cadence is steady and deliberate. He emphasizes rhythm over theatrics.
See, I'm just mean, staying at the top of the pile and doing soft note tunes. It ain't my style.
He sounds confident without forcing it. In concert, he was the first to come out singing this and then going into If It Ain't Rough before Dre came out for Express Yourself, and then together they would do Compton's in the House. Quiet on the Set shows that Ren wasn't just another voice in the WA. He had his own cadence identity. Ren was not flashy like Kane, not layered like Rakim, didn't have a sermon style like KRS-One, but again, this was West Coast precision, and in 1988, that mattered. Public Enemy, Bring the Noise, another Floor of the Year candidate. This is urgency in motion.
Rhyme animal, the uncannibal thief. Public Enemy #1.
5-0 said freeze, and I got none. Chuck D doesn't flow like everyone else in 88. He projects. Never His cadence feels like a protest speech layered over chaotic production, dense bars, no wasted breath.
Listen for lessons I'm saying inside music that the critics are blasting me for.
It's aggressive but structured, loud but intentional. Bring the Noise isn't about smoothness, it's about force. And that force changed the sound of rap.
Like their black as they call us a black, but we'll
Below here is militant rhythm. Now, when it comes to the award, I wanted to give it to MC Ren, and here's why. Like I said, Ren doesn't curse on these albums, and most people probably didn't even notice. He was just straight flowing, but he was so dope. And on an NWA album, that's huge.
pumping the music. I keep the music like pumping, cause
that control matters. But culturally, Boogie Down Productions, my philosophy may be the most enduring because it's still relevant today.
It's my philosophy.
On the industry, that line still hits, and that delivery measured, authoritative, intentional. It aged better than most flows from that year.
Fresh for 88, you suckers.
Now, before we close part one of 1988, let me tell you something. Because of this conversation today, my top 5 all time looks like this. Y'all got a glimpse of it throughout the years from 84 to now. Tied for number 1 on any given day, my favorite song of all time is Rockbox by Run DMC or Playboy Short by Too Short. Number 2 is My Philosophy, Boogie Down Productions. Number 3, You're a Customer and It's My Thing by EPMD. Number 4, Eric B. as President, the original version, not the watered down make 'em clap to this. And number 5, Ain't No Half Stepping by Big Daddy Kane. That's my personal Mount Rushmore plus 1 or 2, or, you know. If you agree, comment. If you disagree, definitely comment. Like the video, subscribe, and if you respect the culture, go watch 1984, 1985, 1986, and 1987 and get caught up. And get ready for part 2 of 1988, because we're not just reminiscing, we're documenting. Classic flow, the mix, the culture, the movement. Every beat tells a story, the flow is how it goes. Now, are you locking in with It Takes Two or a children's story? Meet me in the comments, let's talk. DjRon, the classic DJ from the Bay. And I'm out of here like last year.
Party people in the house. Party people in the house.
I represent the Yay area.